Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. We're in the Armory tool here once again, and we're looking at the Eastern Bloc Coalition. Today we're taking a look at the special forces available to the Eastern Bloc, which are so unique and so powerful in very, very different ways. So we have Balanced with us once more to tell us what are the differences between these units, how do you best use them, and which do you pick, and why?
All right, so when we're talking about like special forces in the Eastern Bloc tab, so you actually have some pretty solid options. The two main ones that you're going to see people running are LSTR 40 and Commandosi. So it's important to note that they both serve different roles, and they both are excellent at the roles that they do. People gave Commandosi a lot of crap in the past couple of years, but genuinely, they are some of the best town fighting infantry that Red 4 has access to.
So why do people give them a bunch of crap if they are so really good?
Because their launcher is not good, and transports matter so much in Wargame. Like, you face a lot of transports, like big blobs in competitive play of like 5-pointers and stuff like that. People discounted Commandosi because their launcher just simply isn't that good. You're going to be two-shotting two front armor transports, for example, which does matter. That matters. There is the extreme benefit, the really crazy benefit, if they are incredible in terms of infantry fighting. You put a 2-stack or a 3-stack Commandosi in a town, and they'll tear through a lot of infantry. They're like a Red 4 Corps Marinara, although they are worse. I do want to point that out.
So where does that come from? Is that the tertiary, the primary? Is that the 15 strength? What's the most important reason?
Three.
Oh, jeez, okay. Fair enough.
So the most important thing is they are a 15-man elite squad with a carbine. That is the biggest thing. Carbine, 15-man elite. That's the biggest thing. Those three benefit convey a huge like firepower bonus in terms of infantry capabilities in town fights. Then the RPK they have is, I believe, the best Red 4 MG, so they also get that benefit too, which is solid. Now they will lose versus Corps Mariner 85. They will lose to Corps Mariner 85, and they probably will lose to Fallschirmjäger 92, but that's a little bit closer of a fight. They will put up a really good fight, and they will dominate almost anything else in town fights.
So that really tells you, like, just know who you're fighting, right? If your opponent doesn't have access to those, I guess that's something with Dutch and then Scandi, I believe, right?
No, Dutch and German. So you play Fallschirmjäger 90 are German unit, and then Corps Mariner 85 are a Dutch unit, or 95.
There's so many Fallskirm something or other at the end there. I got a little confused.
Yeah.
So the LSTR 40, I just want to make this observation too. It looks like they also have a carbine. Is this really a stat clone that doesn't look like it, or what's the deal here?
So it's I don't know for certain if it's a stat clone that doesn't look like it. It is a carbine, so it conveys the same benefits as an assault rifle. A carbine is basically just like a better assault rifle. There's a little bit more like nuanced detail into it, but generally speaking, elites with carbines, they always do incredible. There's just such a huge bonus compared to like an assault rifle or even an SMG. The main benefit that the LSCR have, almost complete flip side of the Commandosi, is that they're not particularly amazing at anti-infantry. They're okay, but they're not amazing. When it comes to anti-tank, though, they're absolutely phenomenal.
And that's going to be the RPG-29 Vampire with 875 meter range, 70% accuracy, 24 AP. The only drawback's at 20 RPM. And in your experience, do you find that the 10 RPM instead of 20 is important, or does it not tend to be that important?
It can be important. It definitely can be important. The biggest difference you'll notice is in deep forests. 10 RPM can really suffer in deep forests versus a lot stuff.
Panicked, stunned versus Merkava 2As type deal.
Yeah, like versus a huge amount of units, especially like GL units like the Merkava 2A. Yeah, that matters a lot. But like on the edge of forests or in most places, like edge of towns, the RPG-29 is easily the best launcher in the game. 70% accuracy at 875 meter range, 24 AP. That's just phenomenal. You'll tear apart vehicles so much, and people really underestimate it.
And you have the Igla.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to just mention the nice benefit of LSCR too is they're really truly a multi-role special forces squad, so they can also take out helicopters too, which matters because basically that'll affect how you build your AA tab, right? Because if you have infantry in your tab that can basically, like elite infantry like this, that can help deal with helicopters or help even chip planes and stuff like that, and they will chip and kill planes at elite. Make no mistake.
That's terrifying. That's utterly terrifying.
No, they will kill planes. It will happen. At elite, they're definitely they do such a phenomenal job.
Okay, so that's a lot of information. I guess my question for you is, which one or both of these do you take, and in what transport and why. And I wish we could go more into the transports, but we probably should keep it a little bit shorter on this end for this one.
Yeah. So basically, generally speaking, LSTR 40 are the mandatory pick. You always take them, and you always take them in the SPW 80, always. I'd take them probably up vet in this case. I'd say it's worth it. Like the 2 availability difference, like it's not going to be that big of a deal with them being 50 points in most cases, and the quality difference at elite is going to actually be pretty noticeable.
Fair enough. Do you take the Commandosi too, or is that more of dependent on what you have other places in the tab? What's the deal?
Commandosi are much more niche. It definitely is dependent on other places you have in the tab and how you've built your deck. Generally speaking, you could take them in the MI-17, or you could take them in the, I think the Scott. I don't know which Scott here is the best one, but they're all like you do either this one. You could do the 15, like the 2 AM or the 2 AP. I wouldn't take the regular 2A.
Fair enough. And I guess I would just say I probably wouldn't take them in the Mi-17 if I also have Lecha. That's a lot of infantry and helicopters.
Yeah, and here's another thing to note. Be careful when not betting Commandosi. So click on the wheeled transport real quick for me. So that's a normal availability, right? That's
9-7.
9-7. Click on the Commandosi and the Mi-17. 7-4 is not worth it. Not even close.
Fair enough. Okay, well that seems pretty clear. I think that's going to wrap it up for this unit comparison. Thank you guys for hanging around. We'll have another one for you tomorrow.